I want to record it on the computer. Okay. The next thing I want to do is, there we go. Bear with me 1 second. I don't want to do that. I think I have it with me. I'm sure I do. Let's review some vocabulary, okay? So I want you to each take turns and read the words and tell me what it means. Caleb.
Avraham, Abraham,
Cooper.
Ish, is that father?
Man.
Man.
Caleb.
Bayit, house,
Very good. Cooper.
Bane, is that son?
Very good. Caleb.
Davar, word,
Word. Right. I wasn't sure if I heard that correctly. Did you say word?
yes.
Good. Okay, hold on. I have to put my ears in. What happens when you get old and deaf? Okay. There. How's that? You don't know the difference. I do. Okay. Cooper.
David, David,
Very good. Caleb.
Who, he,
Very good. Cooper.
Zahar, remembered?
Very good. Remember.
Malach, rolled,
What's that?
rolled,
Yes. Cooper.
And then Melech, king.
Cooper. I mean, Caleb.
Naar, young man,
Very good. Cooper.
Ahmad, I don't remember.
He stood.
So stood.
Caleb.
Shema, heard,
Caleb. Cooper.
Shamar, guarded or guard.
Guarded. Okay. Now we're going to learn, and I don't know if I forget if it's covered in this chapter, but they are going to describe verbs like this. For instance, shamar, they're going to describe it like this. And that basically tells me that this is the root word, okay? So in other words, I build tenses and meaning around that word. And we've begun to look at that. For instance, and what you looked at just now was, for instance, shamar. That root is related to the word guard or to guard. But the root is usually understood to be third person masculine singular. Okay? In other words, he. And if I want to say he guarded, it's shamar. Aw, ah, aw, ah, aw, ah. Now, that's for the basic verb. There are a lot of other verb tenses that we will learn as we go along. Okay? But the basic word, and I'm not going to throw this word, you're not going to have to remember it. It's called a cow verb. That's a basic verb. And so that's what you're learning right now. I've jumped ahead of you through the studies, and what I'm doing for myself is I'm doing all the exercises except maybe one, the last one, which is to translate a long story, which is not what you're going to do. And I'm discovering by doing that, I'm trying to find what is the best exercise for you to do without getting, to learn something, but without getting beat up by all the work that's involved. So we see here, ah, 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 ah. Those words are the verb, masculine, singular, perfect tense. How did I describe them? Masculine, third person masculine, singular. Okay, so that means he remembered, he ruled, he stood, he heard, he guarded. Every time you see that, that's what we're talking about. This, it's close. You don't see that little T there. That's not a verb. That's a young man. You see? And so all of these, for instance, this is not a verb. That's a word. It's a noun. So when you see the in the Kal tense, because you're going to see different things, but in the basic tense, you're talking about the third person masculine singular. He did. Okay? Let's see. That was good work on your part, remembering those words. We haven't gotten to chapter 5 yet, have we?
Oh, last week there was chapter 6.
Oh, you were in chapter 6? Okay, so let's go over the chapter 5 vocabulary. I shouldn't have to say your names, just alternate, okay, guys? Cooper.
Mitzrayim. Is that
And
Egypt?
Very good. Caleb.
Ruth.
Very good.
El. Is that like from or to?
Two.
Bought. Daughter.
Very good.
Mean. I'm not sure.
From.
Oh, that's
From. And in chapter 5, we're going to learn that you can literally get rid of this final nun and combine it with a noun. So if, for instance, land, well, min haaretz is commonly saying from the land. But let's see, mi Avram, I came from Abraham. Instead of using two different words, min Avraham, it's mi Avraham, one word. We'll get into that. Caleb.
Na'ara, young woman.
Very good.
of. I'm not sure.
Give it a shot.
Uh,
What does Avraham mean?
uh, isn't it like chosen? I don't
No.
remember.
Avraham means father of nations.
Oh, that's right. So it's father.
Right, right. And his name was Avram, which means exalted father. And then God changed it. Caleb,
Behemoth, animals or animal.
singular, right. Behemah. Cooper.
Halach. Uh, what was
To go or to walk.
walk. Right.
Yerushalayim, Jerusalem.
Mishpacha. Isn't that family?
Very good.
Sarah, Sarah.
Isha. Is that woman or mother?
Ima, yeah, Ima. I think it wouldn't be a mother, it would be a woman.
He, she.
That's right. He, she, that's easy one. Okay. Let's look at vocabulary chapter 6. Cooper.
Ach. Isn't that like brother?
Very good.
Eretz, land.
Very good.
Derek. Wait. Derech.
It's direct.
Derek. I don't remember this one.
It's a path or a
Ah.
road.
Haim or Haimah. Is that there?
They.
Hey nah. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
That would be they feminine. And when we get into this chapter, as we review it, we'll remember that for them, we're going to find out an exception, a few exceptions. But when we see this na ending, we're talking about a feminine noun. Okay? Excuse me. In this case, when it comes to they, a ma, that would be masculine, but the nun makes it feminine. But for the most part, when you have the na ending, it's feminine. We're going to find a few exceptions. Caleb.
Har, that mountain?
Yeah.
Yom. That's day.
Moab, Moab.
Eved. I'm not sure.
Servant. Have you ever heard the name, the Arabic name Abdullah? Have you ever heard that?
I mean, maybe not specifically, but it sounds like an Arabic name.
Yeah, yeah. Abdullah is Arabic for servant of God, because you've got the Allah and the this abd sound, this prefix, which means servant or slave. And Arabic has a, they're both Semitic languages. Here's what I was referring to about the verbs, where you separate they will separate these consonants for you to indicate that it's a root for a verb. So actually, avad consists of the ayin, bait, and a dalid, not the resh, but a dalid. That would be he served. And that's what they're using in the textbook to designate a verb. So what would this be a reference to, Caleb?
I don't remember.
Okay. Hebrew is called Hebrew. In Hebrew, it's called Ivrit. Okay. And the basic words, or the root of Ivrit is ever. And ever apparently was a father or a grandfather of Abraham. And apparently some rabbis take it to mean that he was the one who carried Hebrew into the next generation. Hebrew being, I don't know, you can take it or leave it, the perfect language. In that it's descriptive of most descriptive of God's intents. But ever means to go over, to cross over. And so what did the Hebrew people do when they came to Mount Nebo? Moses preached to them after they had been traveling around in the wilderness for 40 years, and they crossed over the Jordan into the promised land. So Ivrim are people who have, or which is the Hebrew word for Hebrews, is a reference to people who have crossed over. Okay? So to go across or to cross over is avar. He went over. And in that case, you have what we saw in the earlier ones, the ah. Okay. Cooper.
Oh wait, no. Ear.
Uh-huh.
I remember. I'm not sure.
City. Think of that as the beginning of the word Yerushalayim, the city of peace. Ear. Caleb.
Is that peoples?
Right. People. That really, it implies a nation. It's not, you and me and, a crowd of people. It's like a nation. Hoover.
Uh,
If I wanted to make this a Kal verb, how would I pronounce it?
if you want to make it a what?
That Kal verb that I showed you?
Oh yeah, what's that mean again? Third, is that the
That's
third?
the root. Third person masculine singular.
Would that just be shalach?
Tov ma'od. And that means
I'm not sure.
he sent. In Messianic congregations, we call people like Paul a shaliach. A shaliach is someone who had been sent. The Greek term for that would be apostolos, or where we get the word apostle. but an apostle is someone who has been sent. Caleb,
Sham. And I don't know what it is.
Shum means there. And here's a sentence, a 2-word sentence. Who's Shum? He's there. Okay, and don't confuse that with shame. A shame is a name. And a sham is over there. Okay, so we ended with chapter 6, am I correct?
I'm not sure if we went over chapter 6. I remember memorizing these words.
Okay. Well, let's do this. I want to go over your homework that deals with chapter 6, and your homework was on page 46. Am I correct? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move you guys over a little bit. And do you have your homework and copies of your homework in front of you?
No,
I do.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Bring your homework to the classes. Okay? From now on.
All right.
Okay, and that would be the one that you gave me, Cooper, was the one that was in English. Okay, would have been exercise 1. So let's basically this calls to translate these words. So let's do that. Ready? Caleb,
King,
Cooper,
Peoples,
uh,
good.
what?
Read it. What's that?
Derek,
That would be a solid K. Derek.
Derek,
Yeah. What does it mean?
I don't remember.
Now, see, I can't read your writing, Cooper.
yeah,
Uh,
I think I double spaced it a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I see why, because all my vowels are getting like mixed with the words underneath.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so we have to be careful with those vowels. It becomes a little. I see that yours says yearly.
For which one?
That number 3, Derek.
There.
Kings. No, that's a different exercise. This is what exercise 1.
Derachim.
Drachim.
Is that
Yeah, that's
is,
plural.
is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go over these. Derek is a path. Okay. Caleb,
Me,
number 4.
Naar, young man.
Cooper.
Oh, Ach, which is brother.
Good.
Isha, young woman.
Nope.
No,
You're close.
woman.
A woman or a wife. Okay. And take a look at that. You got your aw with a hey after it. That makes it feminine. There are a few exceptions, and we'll get into that. Cooper.
Of, which is father.
Very good.
Ear, city.
Har, mountains.
Very good. Have you ever heard of Armageddon?
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard of Armageddon. It really stands for Har Megiddo. And Har, it's two different words. And the Har means mountain. The mountain of Megiddo. Caleb.
Davar, word.
Cooper?
Na'ara. That young woman.
Excellent. Very good.
Bahema, animals.
Singular.
Animal.
Animal. Plural we're going to get into, and that'll be behemoth.
Yom, which is day.
Bayit, house.
Of Ma'od.
Bought, daughter.
Of Ma'od.
Ish, man.
Very good.
Eved, is that servant?
Of Ma'od.
Bane, son.
Mishpacha, family.
Very good.
Eretz, land.
Very good. You guys are on the ball. Okay, now these are your these are plural. These are your plurals. So what does this mean? Well, first of all, what is it? Cooper.
Mulachim.
And this was your homework.
Kings.
Okay.
Na'arot, young woman.
Very good.
Na'arim, is that young man or young men?
Tov Ma'od.
Hills.
Or mountains. Harim. Read it first, okay?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mishpachot, that's families. Oh wait, no.
Okay. Yes.
Oh wait, it is.
Yeah. You got it. Now, take a look at that OT ending. You know what that means?
Feminine, plural.
Excellent. It tells me that you're talking about a plural feminine noun. Mishpachot. When we look at Malachim, we're talking about kingdoms. And the kingdom is plural, or kings rather. Malachim, plural masculine. Na'arot, girls, young women. Na'arim, young men. Harim, I guess mountains are a masculine noun. You see? Here we are. Caleb.
Arim. Cities.
Yep. I guess a city must be a masculine noun. Except the name of the city, I think, is feminine. I need to double check that. Cooper.
Aratzot, that's land.
Lands.
Lands.
Right.
Yomim. Days.
Excellent. Excellent.
Avadim. Slaves.
slaves, or it could refer specifically to male slaves or slaves collectively if you're talking about a mixture of male and female. Caleb,
Devarim words. Wait. Which
yeah,
one?
you got it. You got it.
Rahim. Roads.
Excellent. Are you cheating? You're
I'm.
using your homework, aren't you?
Am I not supposed to? I thought we were
No,
supposed.
you're good. You're good. You're checking your homework. That's good.
I try not to though at first, but if I don't know the word, then I look down.
Yeah, that's okay.
Bono, daughters.
Very good. You know, Caleb, you're really on the ball. I'm serious.
Thank you.
Behemoth. Animals.
Is it, are animals masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Feminine, unless it's a a specific dog or specific cat. Yeah.
Meme. Stood. Wait. No.
You know what?
Oh wait, it's there.
That would be nations. I think I need to double check that.
I thought Sham is I thought was there and Sham was peoples.
Yeah, I have nations on mine.
Yeah, it should. I believe it's nations. For some reason, it looks like it's spelled wrong. Let me check the. This is exercise. What actually? Exercise page
2.
46. Yeah. Chapter 6. Right. Bear with me 1 second. Exercise 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nations. That's right. Okay. Cooper?
Nashim. Wait, yeah. Nashim.
Okay.
Women.
Right. Now here's the exception. That eam ending, that's one of the exceptions. That eam ending would imply that it's a man or men. But men are anashim. Women are nashim.
Wait, so
Okay.
what's the singular woman?
Woman, isha.
Isha. It's
So
almost like
you're not going to get that connection all the time. It's like a breaking of the rule.
it's almost like a whole separate word. Because like in
Well,
English, we just add like a S to the end, but in Hebrew, it's like a almost a separate word.
right. Yeah. But I'm glad that you're verbalizing that because you can see that. So you've got anashim, that's men, nashim, that's women. Caleb.
Banim. Sons.
Oh, Ma'od.
Achim. Fathers.
What?
Oh wait, or is that brothers?
Tov Ma'od.
But team. Daughters.
Tov Ma'od.
Avot. Isn't it?
Here's that other exception.
Because isn't of fathers?
Right,
So this would be fathers.
right. Isn't that strange? You got avot taking on a father taking on what would be a feminine ending, and uh, uh, nashim, women, taking a masculine ending. It's strange, but that's the way it is. And what's this one, Caleb?
Onashim men.
Right. So we see nashim preceded by the aleph, that makes it masculine. Anashim, nashim. Men, women. Okay. This is where particularly where your homework comes in. And I had a hard time reading it, Cooper, but well, from all I could tell, it went correct. You did it good. You did it good. That's good English. You did it good. Exercise 3, page 46. Caleb, you did it very well on that particular exercise. I corrected a few of them. Nashim, you had anashtot, which is a logical understanding from your understanding of the feminine ending. But in the case of men and women, it's always been confusing with me between men and women. I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet. But nashim are women. And so that would have been spelled, let's put it here. I have to make it a little neater. Nashim. That's the one that you got wrong. I couldn't under the next one was Eritzot. I couldn't make out what you said, Caleb, but that would be there's a very easy way to do it. You just put that here and you put that one there below it, and that's Artsot, the aleph. And then you automatically assume that you're going to have a schwa there because you're changing your consonants. And then you have your tzadeh. Artsot. That was one you got wrong. And I wasn't sure. Oh, what you did with urine. You spelled it this way. And I actually don't see it because I covered it up. I believe that you had Let's see. Period. One. You had something like this. I believe it was E, re, E. That's what I made out from what you had, but it's ream. And this is the thing about it. The vowels change, and we need to get rid of this guy. That's the way it looks. Ream. And one thing that they go through in the text, one thing that they go through with the text is understanding these changes. So for instance, let's look at page 40. Okay. On page 40, okay, I'm sorry, we gave that was a vocabulary. Let's move on. 40, let me look at 41. Okay, here's a perfect example. Here we go. We see eretz, obviously a noun. It's got the 3 dots under both sets of consonants. And it changes. The vowels change underneath the first ones. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know if there's any specific rule of thumb. We may pick up on it, but for me, it becomes like a habit. I'm familiar with the words, those which I'm not, and I have to learn them myself. So here we see eretz, but if I'm talking about lands, aratzot, the vowel changes. Here we see mishpacha. Here we see mishpachot. So here's the rule with feminine nouns like mishpacha, the end in the hey patach hey, the chet patach hey, we lose the letter hey and replace it with the ot ending. Do you see that? Let me try to show you graphically. And as you can see, the final hey is silent. Mishpacha. Okay? So what do I do? I get rid of the hey. I get rid of the hey. I get rid of this one. And I replace it with a different vowel, which is your O, and then your tough ending. One thing that makes it easy to understand is that your tough ending is also the last word in the alphabet, last letter in the alphabet. The last letter in the alphabet. So a feminine noun changes that way. You get rid of the mishpacha, and you replace it with mishpachot. Follow?
Yeah.
So what
Yes.
you're seeing some vowel changes, and you need to become familiar with those. Okay, now let's look at the regular masculine nouns. Okay, you see the other example. Behema, behemot. You got the ah ending, changes to ot ending. Now with your masculine noun, you got ach, achim. And notice that there's a vowel change. I'm not going to be extremely strict with the vowel changes, but it's number one, good to know. And I'm not going to be extremely strict because your goal is going to be able to read Hebrew, not necessarily write it. But I will be giving you exercises to do writing Hebrew as well, because it'll help to familiarize you with all of this. So you've got ach, achim. You've got this vowel changing to that. Basically, these are all really simple. They're the same rule. Bain, banim. Davar, dvarim. Notice this. You change this to a shva. Why do you do that? Basically, it's easier to pronounce. Davarim is a little bit more, it takes a little bit more time to say that than Devarim. So we have that rule. Har, harim. Yom, yamim. Melech, melachim. Notice here that we have the same phenomenon. Where we have this type of lettering, ri, chi. So you've got melech, melachim, na'ar, na'arim, eved, avadim. That's a tricky one. Amim. So you will become familiar with it as you go along. And I'm not sure if I figured out to give you more assignments on that. Let me just look at what I've written. Yeah, I planned some assignments for you on that before we move on to lesson 7. Feminine nouns, eretz, artsot. We see again this change in the vowels. Behema, that's relatively easy. Behemot. That's essentially what we looked at before, the same change. Mishpacha, mishpachot. We got rid of the patah here and changed it to a vav with a vowel above it. And na'ara, na'arot. Let's move on. And this is the exception that we saw with our homework. Ish anashim. Isha nashim. Where they came up with that, I don't know. But that's just the way it is. Bayit, batim. It almost looks like daughters, and it's easy to confuse. But daughters are banot. A singular daughter is a bat, not a bot. Ha as opposed to ah. But it's easy to confuse that. So we see here batim versus banot. And bat is daughters. It's almost like sons, female sons. Masculine nouns sometimes take on the feminine ending. We've looked at this already. Av, avot. Ear, arim. The ear, see, is feminine. I said it was masculine. No, it's feminine. And the feminine ending is, this is an exception. You got the im ending for cities. And here's another rule of thumb. Cities and the names of people, or I'm sorry, the names of names in general, that are not the names of specifically, individuals or people, are feminine. Names of a town, names of a country, or even the city. And so we see that cities is a feminine name, is a feminine noun. And nevertheless, it takes a plural, masculine looking plural. And then we have fathers and cities. Okay. Plural verbs. We went through this. I know we've gone over it. This is why I'm giving you exercises. Shamar, shamara. He guarded, she guarded. You're going to find this challenging but fun, because I'm going to give you some exercises to do. In fact, I think I already did. But I don't know if you did them. So I want to look at page 48, and I'm going to assign this exercise to you. And you'll see what I mean. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think you think of it as kind of an exercise in having fun. This says here, according to the instructions, rewrite the new sentences below. I don't want you to do that. Okay?
You
You
don't
can
want
get
us,
writers. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying?
what do you not want us to do?
I don't want you to have to, okay. I'll give you an example. David Malach b'Yerushalayim v'ha'am shama l'David. Now you translate it. This is what I want you to do, is to translate it. David ruled over Jerusalem, and the people listened to David. Okay? Now, that's what I would want you to write, is the translation. Now, this word they ask you to replace with David, or David with this word. So it's ha-ne'arim, the young men. Okay? So if I were to take that sentence, I would say, the young men ruled in Jerusalem, and the people listened to David. This is an easy sentence, so it's a good thing I'm giving you this example. Some of the, well, you'll discover as you go along. All that I want you to do is I want you to change those words that require changing. Okay? Now
Okay.
let me explain. Let me try to explain. David Malach. In this case, the word that requires changing is the second word, Malach. David, he ruled. Okay? But Ha'anashim, the young men, that's plural. So the young men ruled. What did they do? Malchu. They ruled plural. You follow? So I don't want you to have to rewrite the whole sentence, but I do want you to write the word that needs to be changed. So if I want to say, instead of saying, for instance, David Malach Yerushalayim v'ha'am shama l'David, the sentence would actually be ha'anashim malchu Yerushalayim v'ha'am shama l'David. And I'm going to double check me. I'm positive I'm right. Devin. What exercise number is this?
7.
7, yeah. Okay. Seven one. Okay. Now what they did, actually, what chapter is this? 7, right?
Chapter
No,
6.
this is chapter 6. Exercise 7. Oh, okay. Here's the first one. Ha'anarim. I'm sorry, not Ha'anashim. Forgive me. The young men, yeah. The young men, Malhu. So that's what I want you to change. Just that one word. And the way that it would look on paper, see, I've already done it, but you won't be able to read it. So let me do it like this. On just one line, you would write, on let's see, why is it, okay. exercise 7. Hane'arim. Okay. Hane'arim. Okay. Hane'arim molchu. I don't want you to have to rewrite the whole sentence each time.
So we just write the first like 2 words, like till
In this case, you just rewrite the first 2 words. You have to be able to use your judgment to determine if a word needs to be changed.
and then do the word when you
Then-
change the word, is that the last word you write?
The only words that you write are the words that need to be changed. Okay, for instance, I don't know if I can show this. Does that look backwards to you?
Uh,
Is that backwards to you guys?
it's too small to really see.
It's blurry.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this passage. Now look at the page. See, we're talking about page 48. Okay. Now if I'm doing I don't know if I can't copy it either. Okay. Okay. David Malach Yerushalayim v'ha'am shama leDavid. Hane'arim molchu. That's all I want you to write. Sarah molcha. That would mean Sarah ruled in Jerusalem, and the people heard Sarah or listened to Sarah.
But
So you would
don't,
change that.
yeah, and don't you have to change heard too? Shama.
No, because who's doing the listening?
Uh,
The
well,
people,
um,
not Sarah. Not Sarah.
So for Sarah, would we write the whole sentence?
No, I don't want. I only want you to translate the first sentence. Okay. Your homework is to only translate the first sentence and then write the words in that sentence that need to be changed.
and
Later on, go ahead.
do we do this in
Later
Hebrew
on,
or
later on, I do these exercises. And here's an example, and I know this is blurry. But what I do is after I've done the exercises, I underline those words, knowing which ones need to have been changed. And that way I check my homework by recognizing those words that were different from the first sentence. Are you following?
Yes, sir. Do we do it into English? Translate it to
No.
English?
Just the first sentence. For instance, Hayom Shomru, on the day they guarded the fathers guarded the animals in the land. The Hanashim, the young men, Sholchu sent Dvarim, word or things, that could also mean things, to the fathers there. Okay, that's the first sentence you would write. What are we changing? Banim, min hamishpacha. What does that mean? Sons from the family. So who's doing the work? Sons. Sons. And the underlying word here is, this is the word that we're going to replace. So, Hayom, or today, Shamru, they guarded, the fathers guarded the animals in the land. And the Vav prefix, and Banim, and sons from the family. So I would, this is your entire word. Change that entire word to B'nai or Banim min hamishpacha. And are they plural or singular? They're plural. Well, this is a plural verb, so I don't have to change that. Sholchu, they sent. Dvarim, they sent the same objects to the fathers there. So the only word that I really have to change in that sentence is the subject. Now here's another example. Roots or root. Hayom shomru ba'avot behemot ba'eretz. The root, you've got a feminine, you've got a girl doing the work. And here's the work that the girl is doing. She's sending. Sholcha. The word here for root would be sholcha. She sent. It's a feminine, singular feminine verb. She sent. Let me just double check. Sholcha. Exercise. What exercise is that?
7.
Exercise 7.
I think. Yeah.
I can't find it. Okay. Atem. Ayom. I can't find it. Basically, we're saying Rus, the root, shalcha. She sent. Words or things to the fathers there. Where? In the land. So what you're doing is you're learning how to read. Come chapter 10, they're going to give you some sentences from, I forget where. I think it's the book of Ruth or the book of Esther. And you guys are going to get a chance to translate the Bible. That's pretty cool. So we're working up to that. Okay. So, do you understand the assignment?
Yes. So we write the first sentence in English, but then the rest of it is in Hebrew.
You write the first sentence in English, and then you write the Hebrew words that need to be changed.
Okay.
But do we write the Hebrew words that need to be changed as English? Like, are we writing only in English?
No.
No. Just write the Hebrew words that need to be changed. Don't do any more translation. I mean, you
Okay.
can if you want. It makes my work a little harder, and it'll give you writer's cramp. Okay? So I just want you guys to be able to understand how to write the plural words and to recognize singular from plural, masculine from feminine when you do that. That's
Do
what
we-
this exercise essentially is about. Now, you can do them all. I'm trying to make it easy for you guys. And I think it may not be a bad idea to have you do them all. I was going to divide it up. I know I'm being a blue meanie by doing this, but I think it'll give you what is necessary to do that. I'm going to make a note here. All do this. And today's date is the 5th. Oh my word. November 5th. Okay. You
Okay.
understand that homework?
So which ones do we do?
All of them.
What's that?
Do all of them?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, do all of the sentences. I'll tell you that'll give you 4 times 24 sentences to translate, and the associated word changes that need to be made. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to have Zeke make sure that he sees this video.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Very good. You guys are making great progress. You really are.
Thank you.
You've learned a lot in terms of your vocabulary. You're doing great. Let me
Thank you.
pray for you. Lord, I hold these 2 guys up to you. I hold Zeke up to you. I hold their parents up to you and their brothers and sisters. I ask, Lord, that you would just watch over them and encourage them. And I praise you, Father, for you are good. Amen. You got it?
So,
Yes.
Very good. We'll see you next. Oh, here's another thing. I mistakenly, it looks like I mistook 4 o'clock, and I was initially making it 4 o'clock because I was meeting with a man on Sunday afternoons, but we're not meeting together anymore. That's another story. So I can, if you prefer, do you prefer 2 o'clock?
yeah, I like 2 o'clock better.
Okay, so think of it as 2 o'clock henceforth, okay? Let me ask you another question. I sent you the link. Would you be able to use that every week, or should I just send you a new link every week?
Sending a new one would be better because when you send it, it goes like down on my email because I have more mail coming in. So sending a new one every week would work best.
Okay, okay. Can you save it? Is there a way that you can freeze it on your email?
There may be, I can check. I'm not sure.
Could you check and get back to me on that? Because one of the things, I teach this and I teach a Bible study, and the things that I really hate the most is administrative stuff, which is basically that. If you could do that, get in touch with me and let me know,
Okay, I will.
and we'll go from there.
Okay,
Very good.
so 2 o'clock from now on.
Yeah, we'll make it 2 o'clock from now on.
Okay,
You guys take care.
thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Right,
Bye.
bye.